Hi everyone, it's Thursday afternoon and I'm finally getting around to doing an update on my doctor's appointment on Monday. I was going to do a video earlier in the week because there's the appointment was good overall, but I'm kind of dealing with some aspects of it and trying to process it and doing research and stuff. And I was going to do a video like right away about it, um, just kind of being angry about stuff, but opted to wait. So anyway, so I'm staying off treatment because I'm doing relatively well, and uh, not having an increase in symptoms. Um, so for now, anyway, I'm continuing to stay off of treatment, and staying with what I've been doing with my fluids and my usual IV stuff and my glutathione and all of that. My doctor also had the results from a Lyme test that I had done, just called My Lyme ID, which is a relatively new test. I don't know that much about it. My doctor has been using it quite a bit lately, I guess. And it so we looked it over together, and it's been labeled that there's some reactive stuff, but that there's no current infection, current active infection. But in looking over the results, it doesn't seem that that's actually the case. Because there's like a baseline level of stuff, and then there's levels of that same thing when it's exposed to different things. And what my doctor's been told by the head of the lab that does this test before, apparently, is that if the number when it's exposed to stuff is 4 times the baseline level, 4 times or higher, then that's deemed positive. So a lot of mine were 4 times my baseline, but my baseline was really low, so the 4 times higher was still within the normal range, so it was marked as normal. So anyway, so my doctor was going to set up an appointment to talk to the head of the lab about my test and see if they actually think that it's that there's no active infection, or if they changed their minds about it. So, she was saying, she's like, I really wish that I could believe that there was no active infection, but it just doesn't look like that's the case. So that's not really going to change the plan as far as treatment goes, but it's just kind of another piece of information to have. And then the other thing that we talked about at the appointment was I brought up pregnancy, because Eric and I are now engaged and we're going to get married, and we've been talking about wanting to start a family in the next few years, and so I wanted to bring that up with her, and like, that's fine. She was like, oh yeah, you just, like, she seems knowledgeable about that, and that you need to be on 2 antibiotics during pregnancy, and ideally when you get pregnant you want to be on the antibiotics, and that there's 4 to choose from, and so, like, there's different combinations you can be on and whatever. And so that's all fine. Like, I'm not really concerned about that. And I'm really glad that I've for a long time, I just assumed that I would adopt. And then in the last few years, I've realized that I actually really, really want to have my own kids. I want to experience all of that. Like, I want to experience pregnancy. I want to have all of that. And so that's all good. Like, I'm very positive about that. the thing that I'm kind of trying to process and deal with and get information about and see if there's some doctor in the Northeast that I can maybe go see who has more experience dealing with Lyme and pregnancy and stuff, and specifically with people like me who have had it for a really long time, who've been treated for years and years and years, who are relatively well. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm well, but I'm relatively well, and now want to have kids, and dealing with pregnancy and aspects of it. But so it's specifically questions about the safety of breastfeeding, and my doctor just point blank said you shouldn't breastfeed, which I wasn't surprised about because I've read that and I kind of knew that that was a pretty standard view, but I was surprised at how much that bothered me. So that was on Monday that I saw her. Monday night, Eric wasn't home until late, so like I went to bed and couldn't go to sleep and was just like, I eventually woke up and started looking up information about Lyme and breastfeeding, and like it just was really bothering me. And then Tuesday I was having just a really crummy day because I was legitimately upset and angry that at the potential that so far out from dealing with the worst parts of this disease, it still has such a hold, or could potentially have such a hold on me, and angry that it could deprive me of experiences that I really apparently want to have, and take away choices from me, and just really kind of back to some of the anger and stuff that I had when I was not able to be in school because I was too sick, or when I couldn't do this or that because I was sick, and the disease was taking these things from me and taking away the choice, and it's just really, really frustrating to have been dealing with it for such a long time, and to potentially be faced with still having these choices taken away from me and just being told, no, it's really not safe, you really shouldn't do that. So anyway, so I've been doing a ton of research this week. There's a lot of conflicting information out there. What I have been coming across is mostly information about women who are either infected when they're pregnant or breastfeeding and dealing with that, or women who don't know that they're infected when they're pregnant or breastfeeding. There really are not a lot of people like me, and I'm kind of wondering. I mean, I don't think there are people out there that I know of that watch my videos who would have experiences that would be able to share information. But if by chance anyone has any information that they can share, that would be helpful. I plan to talk to my doctor more when I see her again in December, and try to gather more information. And I mean, it's not like I have to make a decision right now, but it's something that's legitimately bothering me. So it would be really nice to kind of come to a place of acceptance and like peace, and just be okay with whatever the decision is, and so yeah. So anyway, so that's been kind of my week. It's been overwhelming and frustrating. And I mean, I was diagnosed this December will be 14 years since I was diagnosed. And part of me wonders, like, will there ever be a time when I've had enough treatment, when I've, done enough stuff, and I'll be deemed okay and it'll be safe for me to do, X, Y, or Z, with or without antibiotics. I mean, I'm fine with being on antibiotics while I'm pregnant. I'm fine with being on antibiotics while I'm breastfeeding if that's going to make it safer. I'm certainly not interested in taking risks if they're not necessary. But it just sucks. It just sucks. This disease sucks. And this is just another aspect of it that I'm starting to realize. So that's it. It's been kind of a down week, but hopefully things will get better. And yeah. So that's it. Sorry it's not a little more cheery, but hopefully next time we'll be a little more upbeat. And yeah. So I will talk to you all soon. I hope you're all having a good week. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.